Okay, I guess I'm here to record John's favorite roast beef recipe of all time. I made this last night and he went absolutely berserk, and so I know that how I forget things and I just kind of do things and I don't measure or anything like that. So I'm just going to talk about what I did. Here we go. So, alright, there's this, so you got to get the Wegmans oil, cooking olive oil with the herbs and garlic in it, okay? Because I ran out of olive oil and I used this and I thought, oh God, I hope this doesn't, hurt the flavor. I'm trying to go for savory here, but evidently it was perfect. So, put some of that in the bottom of my Instant Pot. Sauteed. Okay, so the meat that I got was chuck roast. Beautiful piece. I could tell that there was some marbleization in it. It cost like $15.50 or something like that. When I'm at the store next, I'll take a picture of exactly like which cut of meat it was, but it was beautiful. So I salt, pepper, and Lowry's one side of that, and I put that side down onto the oil to start the seasoning the oil. And then I put salt and pepper on the top, and I actually forgot to season the top, with Lowry's. But, I don't know. Just saying everything I did, and maybe too much seasoning would have been too much seasoning. I don't know. So after the top and the bottom were seared, and I leave them, the meat was pretty thick, really thick. So I leave them in there a pretty good bit because I think that that's browning that's going to create the season, and it's cooking it up through so that as it's in the Instant Pot, it's getting pulled apart, like sort of tender. So seared the top and the bottom, seared the sides. Remove the meat from the Instant Pot. Add some water to the bottom, and it's still on saute, so it's kind of cooking, but you're just going to use a spatula to like lift up all of that seasoning into the juice. That way, when the juice is being pushed into the pressure cooking, it's got that seasoning in it. Put the rack down into the Instant Pot. Put the beef back on there and squish it down. So my cut was about this big, maybe. And I put it down on the Instant Pot rack and I squished it down and sort of loosened it up so that the juices and stuff, the things that I was going to pour, was going to get down into there. So put the meat in there. Then I need to take a picture of what packet of seasoning I used. But there's the savory pack of seasoning supposed to be for like beef stew or something. I have to find it and take a picture of it. But you're supposed to put it into a cup and dilute it so you can pour it into your beef stew. But I took this seasoning, I cut it open, and I sprinkled it along the top of the meat. I added a small bag of tiny baby carrots, full, no sliced. I added a half a bag of the golden tiny potatoes, half a bag of the red tiny potatoes, and then I did the boiled onions, or the boiling onions, which are these little pearl onions, and you have to blanch them. So I took half of a package of those, probably about 10 or 12, and put them in the boiling water for half an hour, 30 seconds, put them in the ice bath, and then cut the root off, cut the other end off, and just took out the outer layer and popped those into the pot on top. Then I put the rest of the seasoning packet in the warm water, diluted it, poured it over the whole thing, closed the Instant Pot, hit beef stew, and then after it was done cooking, it sat for, so I think the beef stew setting was probably high pressure for like 35 minutes. I don't know. It's the Instant Pot beef stew setting. And then after it was done cooking, it sat for unopened. It sat unopened for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So it's pretty easy to put together. And then just 2 hours of cooking. And I would say, then I didn't think that the juice was going to be thick enough because I hadn't like made a gravy or anything for it. So what I did there, I want to say McCormick, or I don't know, it's a red and white package. They're new, and I saw them in the grocery store, and they look like a tiny little milk carton that you like click off the thing on the top, and it was brown gravy. And I heated that up, and I pulled out a bunch of the potatoes and meat and everything into the bowl. I heated up the gravy very, very quickly. Just put it on high, and as soon as it was warm, as soon as it was boiling, the super dark brown gravy, I poured half of it or most of it onto the things in the bowl so that it would be a thicker sauce, and then poured the rest into what was left of the Instant Pot. And that's it. I'm going to have to write everything down or take pictures of the ingredients or whatever. So, all right. That's it.